Namaskaram everyone. Namaskaram everyone. I take this opportunity to welcome you all for another interesting webinar on integration. Dear students, you have been learning about integration for quite some time. You've also learned about finding integration of special types of algebraic functions, and to continue the same, we have with us Mrs. E. Purnima, PGT Mathematics from TSMS Valigonda, Yadadri Bhubaneswar district. Mrs. Purnima doesn't need any introduction now, right? You are all so familiar with Madam, and you have been learning integration from her for the past 4 sessions. But I don't want to lose this opportunity to express my happiness of working with her, that she is a dedicated and committed teacher. She is all the time worried about, oh, how do I make my presentation better for my students so that they will have no problem in solving the problems and understanding the concept. And I don't want to take back my words when I say that she's a dedicated teacher. In spite of several personal commitments and responsibilities, she's taking out time in preparing and presenting lessons for junior intermediate as well as senior intermediate of different topics. Purnima Madam, I'm so honored to welcome you. Please continue your session. The session is all yours. Over to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Very kind of you. Good morning, children. Good morning, Sridevi Madam, Shailaja Madam, and the entire webinar team. A very happy morning. Children, let us start our integration chapter session 5, fifth session, without any delay. So all of you be ready with your book and pen. So before going to start our today's session, let us once recollect all the things, all the sums or all the concepts, whatever you have learned in the last session. Clear? So let us move on to the last session's topics, children. So what have we learned in the last session? We have learned about some integrals of algebraic functions of special type. Means some different kinds of sums we have done. And next thing is what? Integration of the functions of the form 1 by ax square plus bx plus c dx. So integral means if sums are there of this form, integral 1 by ax square plus bx plus c. So then how to solve those kind of sums? Okay, we have seen that. So how to solve it? We have to reduce that ax square plus bx plus c to the form a into x plus alpha whole square plus beta. Clear? And then we have to integrate according to the substitution t is equal to x plus alpha. As in the last session, I told you, children, this t is equal to x plus alpha is not must. Okay, we can do it directly also. Okay, in the last session also, many times I told you. So again, I am repeating that you can substitute x plus alpha is equal to t, or else directly we can integrate the as it is by taking x plus alpha into consideration. Clear? So if this kind of integral is there, then we have to reduce this into a into x plus alpha whole square plus beta form. Clear? And next, what else we have seen? Evaluation of the integrals of the form integral 1 by under root ax square plus bx plus c into dx. And the other one is under root of ax square plus bx plus c into dx. And here for these two kinds of sums, means here the difference is here under root of ax square plus bx plus c is in the denominator, and here in this one we can see it in the numerator. Yes. So for these two kind of sums, the solution procedure is same. So what is that method of solving is what? Here we have two different cases we have, children. So here we check for the because here the ax square plus bx plus c, the quadratic polynomial is there under root. So here we have, because we don't have the square roots for negative values, here we get two different cases. One is if a is greater than 0 and b square minus 4ac is less than 0, then we reduce that quadratic polynomial to the form a into x plus alpha whole square plus beta, and then we integrate. Clear? This case one is very much similar to the previous sum. previous integral form we have seen, no? So it is similar to that only. And the second one, case 2 is if a is less than 0 and b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, then we write that ax square plus bx plus c as minus a into beta minus x plus alpha whole square, and then integrate. Here, if this a is less than 0, what is a actually? A is the coefficient of x square term. Yes, do you remember? Do you observe here? X square coefficient is 8. Means if this a is less than 0, that means coefficient, the x square term is a negative term. If x square is a negative term, then if b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, then what we do, children? We take that minus a. That means along with this minus sign, we take this a common. Clear? So this total term a minus a is taken common, so that it will get it as beta minus x plus alpha whole square. So now here, after reducing to this form, we integrate according to our according to the sum, according to the requirement of the sum, whichever formula we can apply there, we use it and do the sum. Clear? So in the last session we have seen this. Now here in today's session, what are the sums we are going to see? So based on the last session's topic, children, we are going to see two sums. And next, after that, integration of the functions of the form, integration of the functions of the form, integral px plus q by ax square plus bx plus c into dx. Second one is px plus q into under root ax square plus bx plus c into dx. Third one is px plus q by under root of ax square plus bx plus c into dx. So these three kinds of sums we are going to see, children. Understood? So now here, and the next one is integrations of the form, integral ax plus b into under root of px plus q. So now here, these are the sums what we are going to see in today's session, children. So let us see here, one after the other, what each one tells us. So before that, according to the last session's topics, concept, we are going to do few sums. So evaluate 1 plus under root of 1 plus secant x dx, integral under root of 1 plus secant x dx on this interval. So how to solve this kind of sum? Okay, so let us try to do it, children. So now here, what do you observe? What is our question here? Integral. What is our question, children? Integral. Let me change the color, children. Okay. Integral under root of 1 plus secant x. Here, what is the question? Integral 1 plus secant x dx. So this sum, for our convenience, I can rearrange the term as 1 plus secant x can be taken as secant x plus 1, isn't it? So it doesn't make any difference in our sum. Yes? So here what we are doing here is under root of secant x plus, why I am changing like this, you'll understand it in the next step. Secant x plus 1. Here what I am doing, I am multiplying and dividing with secant x minus 1 by secant x minus 1. Okay. This is dx. Now, here it becomes now integral under root. If you observe the numerator terms, it is secant x plus 1 into secant x minus 1, which is nothing but a plus b into a minus b. So, which will give you as secant square x minus 1. A plus b into a minus b is a square minus b square by secant x minus 1 into dx. Okay. Now, here what is secant square x minus 1, children? It is nothing but tan square x. Yes, we have a formula. What is the trigonometric identity is there? No. Secant square theta minus tan square theta is equal to 1. According to that, we get secant square minus 1 is equal to tan square x. So to get this secant square minus 1, we have changed this order, children. Suppose here instead of secant x plus 1, if you have 1 plus secant x, then what happens? Here we get 1 minus secant square x we get. Isn't it? So then we have to write here minus tan square x. So because we don't have the negative, means square root for the negative value, the problem becomes little complex. Yes. So to avoid that complexity, we are rearranging the terms here. That is secant x plus 1 I am writing. Okay. Now here it is root tan square x is nothing but tan x. Square and square root is cancelled. The numerator becomes now tan x by the denominator has square root as it is. It is what now? Secant x minus 1 into dx. Is it clear? Now here, now what is the next step here, children? Now tan x is there. So what is our step here? Let me write it again. Integral tan x by secant x minus 1 under root. Okay, this is our step, the previous step, is equal to, so sin x can be, tan x can be written as sin x by cos x. Yes, by secant x can be written as 1 by cos x minus 1 into dx. Now here what it becomes now, sin x by integral sin x by this cos x I am writing here in the denominator itself under root. Within the square root we can take the LCM, that becomes 1 minus cos x by cos x. Okay, is it clear, children? Are you following it? So which is equal to integral sin x by cos x into, here the square root, if I send this square root cos x outside, it becomes now square root of 1 minus cos x by root cos x. That root cos x I can send out to the numerator. Yes, are you following it? It becomes now root cos x. So which is equal to, here in the denominator we have cos x. Cos x is nothing but root cos x into root cos x we can write. So 1 root cos x and 1 root cos x will be cancelled. Yes. So sin x by, here what is left now? 1 root cos x is left into under root of 1 minus cos x into dx. Clear, children? Now here what you are trying to do here? Because here cos x and sin x are there, we can assume cos x is equal to t. We can assume cos x is equal to t. Clear, children? So if cos x is equal to t, if you differentiate on both the sides, what do we get? Differentiation of cos x is minus sin x. Dx is equal to dt. But if you observe our numerator term, we have only sin x dx. So there is no minus sin x. So let us send this minus sin x other side, minus term other side. So it becomes now sin x dx is equal to minus dt. Is it clear? Now let us replace the term sin x dx by minus dt in our sum. So it becomes now minus dt. The numerator becomes minus dt by root cos x is there. It is nothing but root t. Clear? Into 1 minus t. Okay, wherever cos x is there I am replacing t. So which is equal to minus, I can write outside. It becomes 1 by root. I am sending this t inside, children. Root t into root 1 minus t is nothing but we can write them together as t into 1 minus t dt. Clear? So which is equal to minus integral 1 by under root of t minus t square. T minus t square dt. Here, are you following, children? So very simple sum it is, but very, very important sum. Integral minus of integral 1 by, if you observe here, it is a quadratic term. T minus t square, there is no constant, but still t square term is there, so it is considered as a quadratic expression. So here, the coefficient of t square is what here? Minus 1, which is nothing but a is less than 0. So we have a rule, no? Yes. So we can take minus common. That minus a should be taken common. So a is nothing but here 1 only. So that minus 1 or nothing but simply we can write minus. Minus can be taken common. It becomes t square minus t into dt. Okay. So which is equal to minus into integral 1 by under root of minus. It should be written as a minus b whole square. Why? Because here in between these two terms we have negative sign. So it should be written as t square minus 2 into t into, how much should you have for b to get this t term again? So because 2 is there, the 2 should be cancelled. Yes or not? So it is 2ab. 2 is cancelled, again minus t is left. So there is no change in our given expression. Plus b square term becomes, b is here 1 by 2 now, so that means b square term becomes 1 by 4. And because plus b square we are adding, immediately we have to subtract minus b square. And there is no constant here, we are leaving the term here itself. It is nothing but here dt. Now from here to here what we get, children? Minus integral 1 by under root of minus of t minus 1 by 2 whole square. It is nothing but t minus 1 by 2 whole square plus, sorry, it should be minus, 1 second children. It should be minus sign children, minus 1 by 4 into dt. Clear? So now let us move on to our next slide. So what was the step here? Minus of integral 1 by under root minus t minus half whole square minus 1 by 4. Okay, so let us write that step again here, which is equal to minus of integral 1 by under root minus of t minus 1 by 2 whole square, t minus 1 by 2 whole square minus 1 by 4. So dt, this is our step. So which is equal to integral 1 by under root. I'm trying to send this minus inside children so that this minus 1 by 4 becomes positive, which comes first, and this term goes next. So 1 by 4 can be written as 1 by 2 whole square minus t minus 1 by 2 whole square dt. Okay, it is nothing but here t minus 1 by 2. Okay, now it is what here, what is the formula we can use here? Integral 1 by under root a square minus x square dx is equal to sine inverse of x by a plus c. Yes, do you remember the formula? Yes. So it is nothing but minus, what is the term here? We have minus sine, minus already there outside, sine inverse of x by a. So what is there in place of x here? T minus 1 by 2 by a. A is nothing but 1 by 2 plus c. Clear children? So it is nothing but, it is equal to minus sine inverse of 2t minus 1. I'm taking LCM in the numerator. So 2t minus 1 by 2 will be there. So the 2 and 2 gets cancelled. Okay. So that means here denominator we have 1 only. So no need to write that. Clear? So now here, what is our t? T, what you have taken as t? It is nothing but 2 cos x. We have assumed t as cos x. Yes or not? 2 cos x minus 1 plus c. So this is your solution. Understood children? So this is a important sum. I hope you are following it. Now here, let us move on to next sum. Clear? So what is the next question here? Evaluate integral e to the power of under root e to the power of x minus 4 into dx on log 4 base e comma infinity. Okay. So now this is your sum. Now, what is the solution? Let us see here. What is our given question? Integral under root of e to the power of x minus 4 into dx. This is your question. So now what I am considering as t, let under root e to the power of x minus 4 is equal to t. I am considering under root of e power x minus 4 as t. So then what happens children? E power x minus 4 becomes t square. Squaring on both the sides, it becomes t square. Now from here, this step we can use it later children. E power x value is how much? T square plus 4. So this value keep it aside so that we can use this step later. Okay. E power x minus 4 is equal to how much now? T square. So when you are differentiating on both the sides, when you are differentiating this one on both the sides, what do we get? Here it is. E power x derivative is e power x only. E power x dx is equal to t square derivative is 2t dt. Clear? Now, but here in our given expression, there is no e power x. Means outside there is no e power x. This whole term under root of e power x minus 4 becomes t. Okay. But in the derivative, we are getting e power x dx. We need to have, here we have only dx term is there. So, but then here e power x should be replaced. Then let us send the e power x to other side. Dx is equal to 2t by e to the power of x into dt. Okay. But the whole expression should be in terms of a single variable. Either it should be in terms of t or in terms of x. We cannot have both variables. Okay. So that's why here what we are trying to do, we are trying to replace an e power x by t square plus 4. This step we are using here. Okay, t square plus 4 into dt. Clear? Now let us come back to our sum, children. So what is our sum? Integral of under root of e to the power of x minus 4 into dx. This is our sum. Is equal to integral of e power x minus 4 under root is nothing but t. T into, next is what dx is there. Dx is nothing but what? 2t by t square plus 4 into dt. Clear? So here it is 2t square. So what do we get here? 2t square by t square plus 4 we get. Yes. So integral is equal to integral 2t square by t square plus 4 into dt. Clear? So the 2 can be written outside, children, which is a constant. So t square by t square plus 4 into dt is there. Okay. So how to solve this sum? Because if you take this t square plus 4 as some other variable, already t we used it here. So let us take some other variable z. So then what happens? 2t. We get it, the derivative of t square plus 4 is 2t. 2t dt. But in the numerator, what do we have? T square we have. So we cannot miss this, the numerator is not converting to entire z form. Yes. So here, then what to do here? Let's let us apply a small, we can say it as a small trick also we can say. This is t square. I am adding and subtracting 4 here. So I try to understand the sums, children, how differently we are solving sums, because till now we didn't get any such, only in one sum we got. In the first session, I think, in the first session we added and subtracted e power x. Remember that sum? So similarly here also we are doing t square plus 4 minus 4. Okay. So that what can you do here? Let us split the fractions here. T square plus 4 by t square plus 4 is the first fraction, minus 4 by t square plus 4 is the second fraction. Okay. So this whole thing is our integral. Okay. Now, which is equal to 2 into integral. Here this term is cancelled, children. Both are same. 1 minus 4 by t square plus 4 into dt. Okay. Into dt. Now let us separate the integrals now. 2 into integral 1 dt minus this 4 is also constant which comes outside. 2 4s are 8. Okay. Into integral 1 by t square plus 4. The t square plus 4 I am writing as 2 square. Okay. Now here we have got it as, the step is here is equal to 2 into which is equal to 2 into integral of 1 is what? T minus 8 into, it is in the form of 1 by a square plus x square. It is nothing but 1 by a into tan inverse of x by a. So 1 by a, what is 1 by a? 1 by 2 into tan inverse of x by a, that is t by 2 plus c. Okay. Now it is 2t. It is 2t. It is 2t minus 2 1s are 2 4s are. It is 4 tan inverse of t by 2. What is t? What you have taken as t? Which term you assumed as t, children? So let us move to the previous slide and once check what you have taken as t. Under root of e power x minus 4 we have taken as t. Okay. So under root of e to the power of x minus 4 by 2. Clear? Plus c. Now here also let us replace this t value here. 2 into under root of e to the power of x minus 4 minus 4 into tan inverse of under root of e power x minus 4 by 2 plus c. Clear? Children, one thing I want to tell you. Here, don't cancel this 2 on the 2 2s are here, because this 2 is there inside tan inverse. Usually, children do such kind of mistakes. 2 1s are 2 2s are they cancel, but don't do here because this is there within the tan inverse. This 2 is not there outside, so we cannot cancel that. Clear? So you can take 2 common here, because in both the terms we have here 2 is there, here 4 is there. We can take 2 common, or else we can leave here itself. Clear? So this is your solution. I hope you have understood it. So this is your solution. And what is the formula we have used here, children? I am writing that formula here. Integral of 1 by a square plus x square dx is equal to 1 by a into tan inverse of x by a plus c. Okay, so this is the formula we have used here in this step. Understood? So this is the sum children solution. Let us move on to our next topic, that is to evaluate integrals of the form integral px plus q by ax square plus bx plus c into dx. Second one is integral px plus q into under root of ax square plus bx plus c. And third one is integral of px plus q by under root of ax square plus bx plus c. See, if you observe all the three, we have in all the three integrals we have px plus q term and ax square plus bx plus c term. But how they are? They are in different form. Yes, here we have px plus q is nothing but a linear expression, and it is a quadratic expression. So here we have linear by quadratic. Here we have linear into under root of quadratic. Here we have linear by under root of quadratic. Is it clear? So for all the three different forms, the solution method is same. Clear? So let us see what is the solution method. If these three forms are there, then where a, b, c and p, q are the real numbers, and a not equal to 0 and p is not equal to 0. Why it is so? Understood already. If a becomes 0, then this term is vanished, so it is not a quadratic. If p is equal to 0, this term is vanished, it cannot be linear. Okay, so for that reason, it should be a and b should not be equal to 0. Is it clear? So if these three kinds of integrals are there, then how to solve them? What is the working rule for that? Let us see. What is the working rule for it? Let us see. Write px plus q in the form a into d by dx of ax square plus bx plus c plus b, and then integrate. So what is the working method, children, here? If for any these means for any of these forms, either linear by quadratic or linear into under root of quadratic or linear by under root of quadratic, either of these forms, the working method is same, children. That is px plus q should be written as, means that is a linear function. Whatever the linear function is there in the sum, okay, that should be written as a into d by dx of quadratic. Clear? So don't take this square root, children. Only the quadratic should be taken. Quadratic expression should be taken. A into d by dx of quadratic expression plus b, and then integrate. So how to solve this kind of sums? Let us see with an example. So what is the question here? Evaluate. What is the question, children? Evaluate x plus 1 by x square plus 3x plus 2. X plus 1 by x square plus 3x plus 12 into dx. So let us see how to solve this kind of sum. So if you observe the question here, it is in which form? The numerator is x plus 1, which is a linear expression. Yes. The denominator is x square plus 3x plus 12, which is a quadratic expression. Means linear by quadratic. That is px plus q by ax square plus bx plus c form. Yes. So for any of the forms, the method is same as I told. Yes. So here it should be written as. So what is that here? Integral of px plus q by ax square plus bx plus c. Okay, into dx. If it is such form, then what do we write? Px plus q is equal to a into d by dx of ax square plus bx plus c plus b. So this is the form. Here in our question, what is px plus q? X plus 1. So according to our sum, let us apply this rule. X plus 1 is written as x plus 1 is equal to a is a constant, children. A into d by dx of quadratic. What is the quadratic polynomial? We have x square plus 3x plus 12. Okay, plus b. Now let us find the derivative of this quadratic polynomial. X plus 1 is equal to a into 2x plus 3. A into 2x plus 3. X square derivative is 2x. 3x derivative is 3 plus b. Now we need to find out the values for this a and b. So you already we have seen how to find the values in partial fractions chapter. Yes, do you remember the chapter? So let us apply the same kind of method here to find the values for a and b. So equating or comparing, anything we can write here. Equating the coefficients of x on both sides. Equating the coefficient of x on both sides. Okay. Now what do we have here? X coefficient in LHS 1 is equal to, here a into 2x is 2ax, that is coefficient of x becomes 2a. There is no other x term, only 2a is there. Implies a is equal to how much we are getting? 1 by 2. Clear, children? Now, so we got a value. There is another constant which is b. So let us try to find out the value for b. So let us equate the constants here. Equating the constant terms on both sides, what we get? Here we have 1 and other side we have 3 into a is 3a plus b. Okay. So equating the constants. Equating the constants on both sides. So what we are doing here? Equating the constants on both sides. So what do we have? Which constant is there on left side? 1 is equal to the other side. What we have? What we have, children? Once again, let us check here. 3 into a is 3a. 3a plus b. Okay. It is 3 into a. It is 3 into a plus b. Okay. Now what is the a value we got? A is equal to 1 by 2 we got. 3 into 1 by 2 plus b. Yes. Implies 1 is equal to 3 by 2 plus b. So we need to get the value for b. So b is equal to 1 minus 3 by 2, which is equal to 2 ones are 2, 2 minus 3 is minus 1. So it is minus 1 by 2. Now we got the value for b as minus 1 by 2. Now after, let us replace the value here. X plus 1 is equal to a into, what was our step, children? After finding the derivative, x plus 1 is equal to a into 2x plus 3 plus b. In place of a, let us replace 1 by 2. In place of b, let us replace minus 1 by 2. Okay. A into a into 2x plus 3 plus b. Okay. A into 2x plus 3 plus b. So this was our step. So let us replace the values here. X plus 1 is equal to 1 by 2 into 2x plus 3 plus b. B is nothing but how much we got? Minus 1 by 2. Okay. So this is our step. Now, what is our sum? Let us try to replace the x plus 1 term in our numerator by this one. So what is our question? Integral of x plus 1 by what was our sum, children? X square plus 3x plus 12. Okay. X square plus 3x plus 12 was there. X square plus 3x plus 12. Okay, is equal to, this was our sum. So in place of x plus 1, I am writing this. Half into 2x plus 3 minus 1 by 2 by x square plus 3x plus 12. Okay, plus 12 into dx. Okay, this is our step. Means in place of x plus 1, we are replacing this term. Okay, now let us separate the integrals here. Split the fractions and separate the integrals. 1 by 2 into integral 2x plus 3 by x square plus 3x plus 12 into dx. This is the first integral. Minus 1 by 2 into 1 by x square plus 3x plus 12. Okay. So this is our second integral. Here, two integrals we got. Now if you observe the first integral, x square plus 3x plus 12, if you take it as t, so then if you find the derivative of this, will you get this 2x plus 3 or not? Yes. So here we can take it as, let x square plus 3x plus 12 is equal to t. Okay. So it becomes now, after finding derivative, 2x plus 3 into dx is equal to dt. Is equal to how much? Dt. Now here this becomes, implies 1 by 2 is there already outside, children, into this numerator 2x plus 3 into dx becomes dt by x square plus 3x plus 12 is taken as t. So in place of that, we write it as t minus 1 by 2 into, here let us see, here it is in which form? 1 by ax square plus bx plus c into dx, which we have discussed in the last session. So let us try to write it as x square plus 2 into x into, here how much you should have here to get this 3x term? 3 by 2. Yes, should be 3 by 2. So that this 2 and 2 gets cancelled, again 3x is left. That means here 2ab, this b becomes now 3 by 2. So we need now b square term, that is 9 by 4. So plus b square minus b square we do. Yes, plus b square minus b square we do. Next is what? Plus 12 is there as it is. It is constant 12 as it is I am writing. Now it becomes now 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 into integral of 1 by t is what? Log t. Okay, integral of 1 by t is log t minus 1 by 2 into integral of 1 by, here from here to here what we have? X plus 3 by 2 whole square, x plus 3 by 2 whole square. Okay, minus 9 by 4 plus 12 is how much? 4 12s are 48. 48 minus 9. How much we get? 48 minus 9 is 39. Yes, so plus 39 by 4. It is plus 39 by 4 into dx. So this is your step. So let us move to our next slide and write the step again. So now here what I am doing, it is in the form of 1 by a square plus x square. Yes, here sorry, this is x square and this is a square. Now what is the formula? We have 1 by a into tan inverse of x by a. So let us write that step here, children. First of all, 1 by 2 into log t. Let us write that step again here. What we got in the last step, 1 by 2 into log t minus 1 by 2 into integral 1 by what we got? X plus 3 by 2 whole square plus 39 by 4. X plus 3 by 2 whole square plus 39 by 4. That 39 by 4 I am writing as root 39 by 2 whole square. Yes, can you write it or not? So to get into that form. So which is here integral of 1 by a square plus x square dx is equal to, or x square plus a square. Anything we can write, that doesn't make any difference. 1 by a into tan inverse of x by a plus c. Clear? So which is equal to half log t minus 1 by 2 into 1 by a. What is 1 by a? Root 39 by 2. Okay, into tan inverse of x by a, that is x plus 3 by 2 by a. What is a here? Root 39 by 2. Okay, plus c. Now what is t, children? What you have taken as t? 1 by 2 into log. What is t, children? 1 by what is t we have taken? Which term we have assumed as t? X square plus 3x plus 12. So let us write that value. Replace the t here. 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 into x square plus 3x plus 12. Okay, minus this 2 goes up, children, or else we can cancel here itself. 2 and 2 is cancelled. 1 by root 39. Okay, into tan inverse of this 2 goes up. So here if you see here, if you take the LCM, 2x plus 3, 2x plus 3, the denominator 2 and this 2 gets cancelled by root 39. Okay, plus c. Now this is your step. Now here this is your answer, children. The entire answer has changed to x terms. Clear, children? This is the sum, how to solve that kind of sums. The three different methods we have going to see, children. All the three has the same rule we have to apply. Clear? For all the three methods we have to apply the same rule. Now what is the next question here? Evaluate integral 6x plus 5. Evaluate integral 6x plus 5 into under root 6 minus 2x square plus x into dx. So what is the form here we have? Integral 6x plus 5 is our px plus q. Yes, into under root of, if you rearrange the terms, x square is first term, x is next, and this one is last. That is x square plus constant, that is bx plus c into dx. If the sum is there of this format, then what we do? Then px plus q, the linear term is written as, expression is written as a into d by dx of quadratic. What is quadratic? Ax square plus bx plus c. Okay. plus b. The same method for all the three different forms. Now what is our pre x plus q here? 6x plus 5 is equal to a into d by dx of quadratic. What is our quadratic here? Minus 2x square, or else as it is we can take, no problem, plus b. Okay. Now this implies 6x plus 5 is equal to a into, what is the derivative of this? 6 constant, it is 0, minus 4x plus 1. Okay, plus b. So here it is nothing but, we can write it as 6x plus 5 is equal to a into 1 minus 4x plus b. Clear, children? Now we need to find the values of a and b. Again, same rule, equating the coefficients of x on x terms on both sides. Equating the coefficients of x terms on both sides. Clear? So what do we have here on LHS? 6 we have. 6 is equal to a into minus 4x is minus 4a. Okay? Implies there is no other x term, so we get only this term. Implies a is equal to minus 6 by 4, which is equal to minus 3 by 2. Because 2 2s are 2 3s are. Yes, this is a is equal to how much we are getting. This implies a is equal to minus 3 by 2 we got. Clear? Similarly, we need to get the value for b. So what is the b here? We have to equate constants. B is a constant term, so we should equate b. Sorry, constants. So on the left side we have 5, and on the right side we have a into 1 is a plus b. 5 is equal to a plus b we have. So equating the constants, equating the constant terms on both sides. Equating the constant terms on both sides. What do we have? What do we have, children? 5 is equal to a plus b, as just now we have seen. Okay, implies 5 is equal to a value, how much we got? Minus 3 by 2. A value is what? Minus 3 by 2 plus b. Implies b is equal to 5 plus 3 by 2. Implies 2 5s are 10, 10 plus 3 is 13. So 13 by 2 we are getting. So b value, how much we got? 13 by 2. So let us replace the terms here. What was our linear polynomial we have? 6x plus 5 is equal to a into 1 minus 4x plus b. Okay, 6x plus 5. 6x plus 5 is equal to a into 1 minus 4x plus b. So this was our term expression. Implies 6x plus 5 is equal to a value, how much we got? Minus 3 by 2 into 1 minus 4x plus 13 by 2. Okay, so this is our equation we are getting. Now what is our question? Actual question, integral 6x plus 5 into, so let us write that, better we write it in the next slide. 6x plus 5 into under root of 6 minus 2x square plus x. 6 minus 2x square plus x into dx is equal to, in place of the 6x plus 5, I can take this minus 3 by 2 into 1 minus 4x plus 13 by 2. Okay, into under root of 6 minus 2x square plus x into dx. Clear, children? Now this root 6 minus 2x square plus x is common for both the terms. So let us expand the bracket and let us separate the integrals. Minus 3 by 2 into 1 minus 4x into this term. Okay, so let us try to write that. Implies minus 3 by 2 into 1 minus 4x into under root of 6 minus 2x square plus x into dx. Okay, integral plus 13 by, how much we got? 13 by 2. 13 by 2. 13 by 2 into integral under root of this term. Okay. 13 by 2 into integral 13 by 2 into integral under root of 6 minus 2x square plus x into dx. Clear children? Understood? Followed? Now, here what to do? If you take this term as t, the inside term as t, then this becomes 1 minus 4x dx becomes dt. So let 6 minus 2x square plus x under root of is equal to t. Okay. This implies 6 minus 2x square plus x is equals to t square. Implies differentiating on both sides, what we get? Minus 4x plus 1 into dx is equal to what? 2t into dt. So it is nothing but 1 minus 4x. I'm just rearranging the terms, is equal to 2t dt. Okay. Then let us write that, replace the terms here. Minus 3 by 2 into integral 1 minus 4x, here 1 minus 4x into dx is nothing but our 2t dt. And this term is what? T. So t into 2t dt as plus 13 by 2 into integral under root of, because it is a quadratic expression, we can take this because the x square coefficient is negative, and we can take that minus a common as, so what we get here, x square minus x by 2 minus 6 by 2. Understood children how you got this? Because minus is also taken common. That's why plus x has become minus x. And 2 is also taken common. So that's why here we are getting 2 in the denominator. Clear? So this implies minus 3 by 2 into, this 2 is also constant which comes outside, into t square dt plus 13 by 2 into, this root 2 comes outside children, minus only I'm keeping inside. Okay, under root of minus of x square minus 2 into x into b term, how much you should have to get that x by 2? 1 by 2. 1 by 2 means 2 is cancelled, only x is left. But here x by 2 we need now, so it should be 4, x by 4. Okay, it should be x by 4. Clear? So now here what is b? B is nothing but 1 by 4. So plus b square is 1 by 16 minus 1 by 16. And here minus 6 by 2 is nothing but minus 3. Clear children? This dx. Now implies the little lengthy sum children. So concentrate properly. So should not get any mistakes children. So do with concentration. So t cube by 3. T squared integration is t cube by 3 plus 13 by root 2. Here 2 can be written as root 2 into root 2. So 1 root 2 is cancelled. 13 by root 2 is left. Okay. Into integral under root of, from here to here it is x minus 1 by 4 whole square minus 1 by 16 minus 3 is 16, 3 is a 48, minus 1 minus 48 is minus 49, minus 49 by 16. Okay, into dx. Here minus is common for both the terms. Understood? Now it is 3 is cancelled. So minus t cube. So what we have here? Minus t cube. It is equal to minus t cube. Okay. Plus, now what is the next step? Plus 13 by root 2 into integral. This minus I'm sending inside children. Under root of 49 by 16 minus x minus 1 by 4 whole square we get. Clear? So try to do that. 1 second. Plus 13 by root 2 into plus 13 by root 2 into integral under root of 49 by 16 minus x minus 1 by 4 whole square dx. Clear? That minus sign I have sent inside, which is equals to t. What is t? What you have assumed as t? Which term is taken as t? Under root of 6 minus 2x square plus x. Clear? So let us replace that. Under root of minus under root of 6 minus 2x square plus x. This is taken as t whole cube. Okay. Plus 13 by 2 into integral under root of 49 by 16 is written as how much children? 49 by 16 is written as 7 by 4 whole square. 7 by 4 whole square minus x minus 1 by 4 whole square. I can take LCM, children. It is 4x minus 1 by 4 whole square, okay, into dx. Now it is minus I'm removing the square root so that I can write it as 6 minus 2x square plus x whole to the power of 3 by 2. Here plus 13 by, it is root 2, children. 13 by root 2 into integral. What is the here? Under root of 7 by 4. So I'm taking the LCM. Here also we get 16. Here also we get 16. Isn't it? So the 16 can be taken as the LCM. 16 can be taken as the LCM. Under root is there. The numerator becomes 49 minus 4x minus 1 whole square. Okay. So which is equal to minus of 6 minus 2x square plus x whole to the power of 3 by 2 plus 13 by root 2. 13 by root 2 into integral. Square root of 16 is what, children? 4. Yes, because it is in the denominator, that 1 by 4 comes outside. 1 by 4 I am writing outside. Integral under root of 49 minus, I am expanding this, 16x square minus plus b square is plus 1. Plus into minus is minus 1. Okay. Minus 2ab term. Minus 2 for the 8x. Minus into minus is plus. Plus 8x into dx. Clear? So, which is equal to minus of 6 minus 2x square plus x whole to the power of 3 by 2 plus 13 by 4 root 2 into integral. Here if you see here, under root of 49 minus 1 is 8. Sorry, 48. Okay, 48 minus 16x square plus 8x. In all the three terms, we can take 8 common. Yes, I am taking 8 common here. 48 means 8 6 is 48 minus 2x square plus x into dx. Okay, now this root 8 I can send it outside, which is equal to minus of 6 minus 2x square plus x whole to the power of 3 by 2 plus 13 by 4 root 2 into root 8. Root 8 I am writing outside, children, into integral of root 6 minus 2x square plus x. Okay, into dx. 1 second, children. 1 second, hold a minute, children. Here instead of, because again we are getting back to this step again, anyway we have to change this to this one. So we do one thing here. I'm trying to just little change I'm making here, children. 13 by 2 into this step as it is I'm keeping, because again we are getting back to this step if you observe. Okay, so let us try to change that step here, a small correction. There is no change in the first step, children. First step remains as it is. Okay. So now here we have got it as 7 by 4 whole square minus 4x minus 1 whole square by 4. Okay. So better we keep this also as x minus 1 by 4 whole square only, so that we can apply it as. Okay. So here I am keeping this step as it is, children. This x minus 1 by 4 whole square I am keeping as it is. Okay. Now it is in the form of under root of a square minus x square. Okay. So what is the formula here? Under root of a square minus x square is what here? Let us write the formula here. so that we can apply that here. So let me write the formula here, children. I'll write here. Here I'm writing this formula. Here I'm writing because I think a space won't be sufficient here. So that's why I'm writing here. Integral of under root of a square minus x square dx. Integral of a square minus x square into dx is equal to x by 2 into under root of a square minus x square plus a square by 2 into sine inverse of x by a plus c. Okay. So this is the formula, children, what you are going to apply here. So what is this here? A square is a is 7 by 4 and x is this one. So let us try to apply that x by 2. What is x here? X minus 1 by 4 by 2. Okay. Into under root of a square minus x square. So this term as it is I am taking 7 by 4 whole square minus x minus 1 by 4 whole square. Okay, children. So plus a square by 2. What is a square term we have? A square is nothing but 49 by 16. So that 49 by 16 into sine inverse of x by a. What is x here? X minus 1 by 4 by a. What is a? 7 by 4. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Now, here the first term is as it is 13 by root 2 into, here we have to take the LCM 4x minus 1 by, so that 4 comes down, it becomes 8. 4x minus 1 by 8. Okay. Into under root of 7 by 4 whole square. Here we do the thing what we have done in the previous step. 49 by 16 minus 4x minus 1 whole square by 16. Okay. Plus, again I'm expanding the bracket, children. This 13 by 2 is common to this term also. So 13 by root 2. 13 by root 2 into 49 by 16 into sine inverse of 4x minus 1 by 7, because the LCM 7 and the denominator 7 gets cancelled. Okay. Let's see. Now here it is 13 by 8 root 2 into 4x minus 1 into under root of, here LCM is 16, the denominator is 16, here LCM if you take, so the numerator becomes 49 minus 4x minus 1 whole square, okay, by 16 plus 13 by root 2 into, this step is as it is, 13 into 49 is how much, children? 13 nines are 117, 13 nines are 117 and 13, oh 1 second, 13 fours are 52 plus 9 is, plus 11 is 63. So that is 637. It is 637 by 16 root 2. Okay. 16 root 2 into sine inverse of 4x minus 1 by 7 plus c. Clear? So now here it is. Here one more thing, children. A square by 2 is there. So we took only a square term here. By 2 is also there. That 1 by 2 becomes here. This into 1 by 2. Okay. So this becomes 16 to the 32. This step becomes 32. This step becomes 32. 637 by 32 into root 2 sine inverse of 4x minus 1 by 7 into plus c. So it is here plus 13 by 8 root 2. 13 by 8 root 2 into 4x minus 1 by, here root 16 is nothing but 4. So the denominator 4 comes outside into under root of 49 minus, I'm expanding this one, 16x square minus plus 1 plus into minus is minus 1, minus 8x is become minus into minus becomes plus 8x. Okay, plus 637 by 32 root 2 into sine inverse of 4x minus 1 by 7 plus c. Okay, now next step is here 8 4s are 32, children, 32 root 2. Okay, and here, so we need to write the step again, which is equal to minus of 6 minus 2x square plus x whole to the power of 3 by 2 plus, so let us move back again to see the next step, plus 13 by 8 fours are 32 root 2. Okay, 13 by 32 root 2 into 4x minus 1. 13 by 32 root 2 into 4x minus 1 into under root of 49 minus 1 is, as already we did in the last step children before erasing that. So there we take 8 common. Yes, we take 8 common. So it becomes now 8 6 are 48 now. 8 6 are 48 and 8 2s are 16x square and plus 8 is there, that is plus x we get. Plus x we get. Clear? So now here it is plus 13, sorry, how much is that step? 637 by 32 root 2 into sine inverse of 4x minus 1 by 7 plus c. So let us check once the step here. 4x minus 1 by 8 4 32 root 2. Yes, it is correct. Now here, so now here we are almost coming to the end, children. 6 minus 2x square plus x to the power of 3 by 2 plus, here root 8 comes outside, 13 by 32 root 2 into root 8. Root 8 is nothing but what, children? 2 root 2. Yes, into 4x minus 1 into under root of 6 minus 2x square plus x. Okay, plus 637 by 32 root 2 into sine inverse of 4x minus 1 by 7 plus c. Okay, so now here root 2 is cancelled, 2 ones are 2 16s are. So which implies the fifth answer is minus 6, minus of 6 minus 2x square plus x into 3 whole to the power of 3 by 2 plus 13 by 16 into 4x minus 1 into under root of 6 minus 2x square plus x plus 637 by 32 root 2 into sine inverse of 4x minus 1 by 7 plus c. Okay, so this is your solution, children. Understood? I hope you have understood this. Clear? So this is your next. Let us move on to the children. This sum is overlapping on this one. So let us first you copy this sum, children. I'll do the solution of the next question in the next slide. Okay. So what is the next question, children? Let me read the question here. It is getting overlapped. I'll read it again for you. Okay. Evaluate integral of x plus 1 by under root of x square minus x plus 1 into dx. So I'll write that question again in the next slide, children. It is getting overlapped on it. Okay. Evaluate integral of x plus 1 by under root of x square minus x plus 1. Okay. So let us write the question again here. This is the last question, children, of this session. X plus 1 by, this is the fifth question. X plus 1 by under root of x square minus x plus 1 into dx. So this is your question. So what is the solution for this one? Here, if you observe here, it is px plus q by under root of this. Okay, the same method what we have did in the what we have done in the last sums. X plus 1 is equals to a into d by dx of denominator, that is the quadratic, x square minus x plus 1 plus b. Okay, now x plus 1 is equal to a into, what is the derivative of this, 2x minus 1 plus b. So let us to find the values of this a and b, equating the coefficients of okay, on both sides. The short form, children, b dot s I'm writing, that is nothing but both sides. So coefficient of x is 1 is equal to, here it is 2a, implies a is equal to 1 by 2. Okay, a is equal to 1 by 2. Similarly, what we do here, next thing, to find the value of b, equating the constants on both sides. Equating the constants on both sides. What we get, 1 is equal to minus a plus b, implies 1 is equal to minus half plus b. Okay, which is equal to 1 is equal, b is equal to 1 plus half, which is equals to 3 by 2. Okay. Now we got A as 1 by 2, sorry, A as minus 1, 1 by 2 and B as 3 by 2. Okay. Now let us see the sum. Let us write the value here. The expression what we have. Px plus is what? X plus 1 is equal to A into A is how much now? 1 by 2 into 2x minus 1 plus B. B is how much? 3 by 2. So this is your step. So let us write the integral value x plus 1 by under root of x square minus x plus 1 into dx is equal to integral of 1 by 2 into 2x minus 1 plus 3 by 2 by under root of x square, which is minus children, minus x plus 1 into dx. Okay, so this is your question. Now let us split the fractions. 1 by 2 into integral 2x minus 1 by under root of x square minus x plus 1 into dx plus 3 by 2 into integral of 1 by under root of x square minus x plus 1 into dx. See children, here this sum here children I am leaving for you because here till here I have done for you, and till now we have done 4 sums. Sorry, the first 2 sums are different and the third and fourth sums are similar from here onwards. If you observe here, x square minus x plus 1 is what? If you take this as t, this derivative is 2x minus 1. Is it clear? So then we can replace that and simplify this term. And here it is what? 1 by under root of ax square plus bx plus c form. If here this should be taken as a into here it should be taken as a minus b whole square form. It should be converted, and that will become under root 1 by under root of a square plus x square form we get. Understood children what I am telling? So similar thing, already similar kind of sums we have done in the third and fourth sums. So I hope and I want my students to solve this question and completely. Is it clear? So till now from here to here I have explained you, and here only the simplification part is left, which already you did in the last 2 sums. The same kind of sum children I want the children to do. If you still you won't get it, then we can discuss it in the next class. Okay, clear children? So here I am leaving this sum for you children. Hope you will do it. So I'm giving you the solution also. I think you can verify. I think by now everyone has got your textbooks children. You can verify the solution also in the textbook. So still if you have any more doubts, you can put it in the chat box children. So let us see what have you learned in today's session. Evaluation of what you have seen, evaluation of the integrals of the form px plus q by ax square plus bx plus q, bx plus c into dx, and second one is px plus q into under root of ax square plus bx plus c into dx, and third one is px plus q by under root of ax square plus bx plus c. So in all, for means the integrals are of these forms, any of these forms, the solution is same. So what is that? The working method is same. What is that children? We have to write that px plus q as a into d by dx of ax square plus bx plus c plus b. Is it clear? And then we integrate. So these are the some. Let me give you some questions children based on the concept what have we learned today. Evaluate 3x minus 2 into under root of 2x square minus x plus 1, and evaluate x into under root of 1 plus x minus x square into dx, and the third one is evaluate integral 2x plus 5 by under root of x square minus 2x plus 10 into dx. Clear? Here dx is missing children. I'll write the dx term here. Okay, and along with these 3 sums, the leftover sum I left it for you children. I want you to do so along with these 3 sums, and that sum also have to complete. So hope you clearly and thoroughly you can do it. I think so. Let us let us meet in the next session, children. Have a good day, children. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Purnima, ma'am.
Thank
It was
you.
really wonderful session. Like you have solved in the 2 different ways 4 problems. And children, if you find any doubt, or if you have any doubt, once again revisit the session and practice more problems of such kind. As madam has given a few assignment problems, madam has given on the same lines what the pattern madam has taught today. Please do that problems and go to your textbook and look into few more problems, practice more problems, so that the concept what you have gained today will be more understanding, more beneficial to you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Purnima madam.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.